Hey guys, welcome back to Pilates with Ems. Today's video is a Flow with Ems 7-minute Pilates core workout. I'm going to be talking you through the exercises, but if you would prefer, you can mute me, put some of your own music on and just follow along with the timer in the corner. You don't need any other equipment today, so grab your mat and let's get started. Okay, starting with our modified roll-ups, you want to have your feet firmly planted on the floor in a parallel position. Breathe in to prepare, and then you'll exhale, start to roll onto your tailbone, scoop your abdominals, curving your spine into a C shape. Stop when you feel your core switch on, but where your feet are still firmly planted on the floor. Take a breath in and then slowly start to reverse that movement, restacking your spine back to your start position. Make sure your knees aren't buckling in towards each other. We're going to add on your next one, you're going to roll all the way down, hold at the bottom, you're going to open those arms out to a T shape, bring them back in line with your shoulders and then roll yourself all the way up. So what we're doing here is challenging the core by opening those arms, lengthening the levers and trying to keep the core in exactly the same position and tension. So you want to keep your rib cage knitted together, so don't let the ribs flare. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed there. You might feel a little bit shaky. I always feel shaky in roll downs. That is normal. In your next one, you're going to start to lift those arms up and overhead so that they're in line with the ears. We're staying in our C curve now. It's an exhale as the arms lift up and overhead and an inhale as they lower. This is where the core is going to get really challenged because we're holding it in tension. So again, think about tucking those hips under, rib cage nice and closed, feet are firmly planted on the floor. And you can also come up an inch if you feel like your core is really struggling. Last little bit here, bring those arms back in line with the shoulders. We're going to pulse up an inch and down an inch. So we're pulsing in that C curve, lifting and lowering. Exhale and exhale. Every time you press back, you want to breathe out through your mouth. We're here for another 20 seconds. You can always pop your hands down to support you on the mat if you need to, or come up to shake it off. Last 10 here, seeing if you can really slow it down and control that core. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up nice and controlled, and you can have a breather. I was absolutely sweating at this point and only 2 minutes in, so if you're sweating, I'm sweating with you. From here, take a nice deep breath in. You're going to roll yourself all the way down so that you're on your forearms. One at a time, you're going to bring your right leg and left leg up to tabletop, starting with some single leg toe taps. So we're alternating legs each time. The closer you tap your feet towards you, the easier it will be on the core. The further you tap those toes away, the more challenged you will be. Every time that leg taps towards the mat, you exhale and draw your belly away from the waistband of your trousers. Now, if you're a little bit more advanced, you want more of a challenge today, you can start to work into some single leg extensions. You extend the leg nice and long to hover just above the mat. Now, I only want you to lower your leg as far as you can maintain your core engagement and your spinal alignment. I want you to pick a level that suits you. Don't forget about the leg that's static in tabletop. Careful that that leg isn't moving too close into your chest, but your focus is maintaining the alignment of the rest of the body. Think about tucking those hips under, rib cage is pulled in. 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Scooch yourself forward and then just bring yourself down onto your backs. I'm just window wipering my legs just to release out through the core. And then once you're ready, you're going to bring those legs up to tabletop, nice and slow and controlled. We're going to work into some arm circles. Now, so arms reach up towards the ceiling. Take a nice inhale as the arms go out to the side to a T shape. You're going to exhale, reach those hands towards the hips as you lift your head, neck and shoulders. And then you'll slowly lower the head down as the arms go back in line. Now, if you're a little bit more advanced, you can add an leg extension. So as you reach the arms towards the hips, the legs extend. And think about reaching those fingers nice and far away from you. In 3, we're going to reverse these circles. In 2, and 1. This time you lift head, neck and shoulders, arms go towards your hips. From there, the arms go out to the side, you lower the head and you swipe those arms back up to parallel. Again, your torso is nice and stable here. It's just those arms and legs that move. With same rules apply. If you're a little bit more advanced, you can lift the head, neck and shoulders and extend those legs, pressing the lower back down into the mat every time you lift those head, neck and shoulders to protect that lower back. Nice work, guys. We are nearly there. We're gonna start to work into some obliques now. So when you're ready, bring the legs back up to tabletop. You're gonna exhale, lift the left elbow to the right knee, hold. From there, you extend your left leg nice and long away from you. Bring it back to tabletop, and then you'll lower your head, neck and shoulders back down. So here, I want you to go nice and slow and controlled. Every time you lift up, try and think about your bottom rib and your hip being connected. So you're shortening the front of your body whilst thinking about pressing that back down into the mat. In 5 seconds, you are going to stay lifted, connect that left elbow and right knee, and we're just gonna start to work that left leg out and in. It's an exhale as that leg extends, inhale as it comes back to tabletop. Last 4, 3, 2. On your next one, hold your left leg long. You're going to flex that foot, start to lift your left leg up to 12 o'clock, and then exhale, lower it down. So you're staying in your oblique twist here, just that left leg lifts and lowers. Last 5, you got it. Use your breath for 4, 3, 2, and we're going straight onto the other side because apparently I didn't want to give you a break, which is very cruel from me. So now we're working the right elbow to the left knee. Exhale, you lift up, you hold lifted, you extend your right leg nice and long, and then you lower yourself all the way down. All right, guys, this is where you're going to start to get tired. So we really need to focus on that core connection. So think about that corset being nice and tight, zipped up around the front and sides of your waist. On your next one, you're going to stay lifted. You're going to connect that right elbow to the left knee, and we're just working through that right leg. We extend it away from us. Inhale as we bring it back to center. Exhale, inhale. On the next one, you stay nice and lengthen through that right leg. Flex the toes. You're going to lift that leg up to 12 o'clock and lower. It's an inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Can you keep that pelvis nice and still? So no rocking through those hips. Last 3, 2, and 1. Lower yourself all the way down. You do get a break now. Roll the knees side to side, and then from there you're going to take yourself up into a 4-point kneeling position and then into a full plank, working through some single leg knee taps. We're only going to be here for 30 seconds, guys, okay? So if you want the challenge, you can go for a double knee tap, lowering the knees down to the mat and lifting. You want to stay nice and stable through that torso and the shoulders. So think about pressing that mat away. Your tummy muscles are drawing up and away from your waistband of your trousers. It's an inhale as you lower and exhale as you lift. Stay strong for your last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can press yourself back into a downward dog here for a little break off of those hands, but we are going to move swiftly on for your last 30 seconds of work. So bring yourself down onto your forearm. You know what's coming. Last push, last 30 seconds, guys. You're just going to hold that forearm plank. Tuck those hips under, engage the glutes, okay? Rib cage closes, you're pressing that mat away from you. From here, we're going to start to twist through those hips for the last 15 seconds. If this is not for you, you stay in your forearm plank. This is your final 15 seconds of work, guys, so try and find as much range in those hips as you can, thinking of lifting up and over like a rainbow. Last 4, last 3, you can do it, last 2, and 1. Come back to center, and then you can press back into a child's pose. You can pause the video here if you want to. If not, I'm going to power through with a cool down. So come up to seated, clasp those hands behind the back, puff through that chest, arching your back just gently to come into some extension. Just bring your awareness back to your breath here. Deep inhale through the nose, expanding that belly, and then big exhale through the mouth. Inhale, reach those arms in front. You're going to clasp your hands, press your palms away, round through that spine into some flexion. From there, just bring yourself back up to seated. We're going to work through a side bend. So inhale, reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, you bend over to that right side. Inhale, bring the left arm back up to center. Exhale, bring that right arm up and overhead. And then inhale, come back to center. You're going to take the biggest breath you've taken all day. Fill up those lungs with air as you reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, draw the hands down to heart center and give yourselves a big clap. You are all done. Thank you so much for joining me for my first Flow with Ems class. I hope you enjoyed it, and wherever you are, you have an amazing day ahead of you. See you in the next one.